Good morning, good morning, good morning, peas. How is everybody? Let's see who we got on here. Oh, there's our Deirdre. Good morning. Happy Saturday to you. It's the weekend. It really did get here. And Deirdre, are you still getting some rain? I know that storm came up to New York, so I didn't know if you got rained on or not in your part of the world. Robert Dosa, hello. It's been a few days. Good to see you on here. Jean Lorio, good morning. Suzanne, hello, everybody. Thank you for coming this morning. Thank you for being here to love on each other, to come in and have a beautiful day. That's what we do. Storms be crazy. Oh my gosh, honey. Well, I hope you're safe. And I know that it's rain right now, but I know also that the rain can even cause a lot of damage if there's flooding. So I'm praying that that's not the case where you are and that you are safe. Andrea, good morning to you. All right, let's go into our heart brain. Oh, there's our hope. Good afternoon, Hope. I hope that Zena's doing better, and I hope that you all were able to hear the song this morning. Oh no, Deirdre, the trees are down and floods all around. Well, let's pray that that dissipates really quickly for you and that the rain will stop and that the storm will move on out back into the water. Good morning, Becky. All right, let's go into our heart brain. So we place our hand on our heart. That brings our intention there, brings our focus right to where it should be, into our hearts. So focusing on your heart, start taking a deep, slow breath in. Breathe in to the count of 5. And back out to the count of 5. And now add in the love. Add in whatever makes you feel good. It could be a warm hug. It could be a memory. It could be just recognizing yourself when you go into that heart center, just knowing that connection with you and your higher self. So we're going to do this for another minute. And then we're all going to share. I want everybody that's here to share what your I am story is this morning. You may not be awake fully yet, but when you do this heart-brain connection, it helps you realize who and what you are. So we'll all share together what our I am is. I am sunshine breaking through the dark clouds. I am enough. I am worthy. I am happy. I'm healthy. I'm strong. I am love, and I am loved. I am a spark of the divine. I am living my divine purpose. I am peace. Good morning, Linda Lemieux. It's good to see you too, honey. Andrea, I am kindness. I am grateful. I am peace. Deirdre, I am a peaceful and mindful being. Yes, 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 all of the above. I love these I ams. It's our story that we tell ourselves also, not just what you're telling each other, what you're telling me, what you're telling the universe. You're telling yourself that story. So whenever you say, I am enough, really look at that, feel that, know that. Inside, know that you have everything that you need, everything. When we realize that, when we can realize our worthiness and our deserving of everything good in life, and that we're enough just as we are, then there's no lack. There's no need to desire anything because we know that we already have everything. It's already available to us. Sometimes our human brain says, oh yeah, but where is it? Show me, right? It's the human brain that does the show me part. Our spiritual self knows without having to ask for confirmation, without having to ask for the evidence. We just know. It's a knowingness. But it's our human part that wants to see it, right? We want to see with these eyes the very evidence of what we know to be true. And that's okay. There's no judgment there. It just is the way it is. That's how we are. But when we can go forward in faith without seeing the evidence first, wow, what a powerful statement that is. To take that leap of faith, to trust that we're going to have a soft landing when we jump. Yeah, that's real faith. That's real trust. Suzanne, I am here to help raise vibrations on earth. Amen. Living that divine purpose, knowing why you're here. I love it, Suzanne. And Jean says, I am grateful. I am standing in the light of love, and I am peace. Absolutely. You are a P for peace. Linda says, I am a lighthouse in a stormy sea. And that sea is really stormy right now. And not just the water sea, the sea of life at the moment. So thank you, Linda, for being a strong force, for being that lighthouse. Rick Morrow, good morning to you. And Josie, so good to see you. Are you at Love and Light? And I'm thinking you might be if y'all are having the Reiki circle this morning. All right, I'm going to pull a Kuan Yin card for us and see what she has to say to us today. And anybody else that wants to share your I am, please do so. Please just type that into the comments so we all can see it. Kuan Yin never fails. She always gives the exact message that we need to hear, doesn't she? And the message today is the Book of Changes. It really is the only guarantee in life, isn't it? That things will change. They're not going to stay the same. As long as we're alive, we're changing. Everything about us is changing. So Kuan Yin says, just like the beautiful but unusual melody, the divine plan is unfolding through your life. Although it isn't always predictable, Kuan Yin is guiding you in the right direction. Even if you do not fully understand what is happening in your life right now, allow Kuan Yin to bless you with trust in the unfolding of your own divine path. I really did just shuffle and pick this card. But isn't it what we were just saying about trust, about knowing that even though things are shifting and moving and always in perpetual motion, when we trust, it all unfolds beautifully. It all shows us that divine plan and that our Creator is right there having a hand in everything. The angels are right there. Divine Mother is right there. I love how everything just works together perfectly. As our Marietta always reminds us, everything is working perfectly. We just sometimes have an expectation of what we're going to see. And then when we see something different, we're like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. But it was what we needed all along. It was the divine path that we were being shown. So when we can accept it and trust and believe that that is the divine hand, that is what's going on, then we can go into more of the trust and have more faith in the process of what's happening. And there is our Prachetta. Good evening to you, Prachetta, over in India. We've been lifting you up every day, even when we don't see your name on here. We lift you up, Jasmine, Navriti, Prachir, all your family over there. You are our family, and you're always in our hearts. Even when we don't see you, we know that your energy is here. And that's a good way to explain trust and faith, belief, even though we don't see the evidence, even though we don't see that one of our beautiful family members is here, we know that they're here in spirit. We know that they're aware of what's happening at this time of day, this linear time on earth. And we can just believe that they're holding us in their heart just as we're holding them in ours. This is a family. We are all one. And when we come together like this, we feel the oneness. And when we share our I am stories, it's not just my story. It's not just your story. It's all of us, because we're all dreaming this together. We're all having this experience here on earth where we know that what I'm experiencing, you are experiencing. What I'm feeling affects you, and what you're feeling and what you're doing affects me. That's the way it is. It's the universal law that we feel each other. We know each other. We don't forget who we truly are. And when we meet, and that's in quotes, when we meet one of our soul family, one of our soul group, we don't have to get to know you. We don't have to ask who you are, because we already know. We see it in your eyes. We see it in your smile. We hear it in your words. And it clicks something in our soul memory that says, oh, hi, I haven't seen you in a while. And then you just know that you're supposed to be walking this earthly journey. The human you has met up with the spiritual you, and you just link arm in arm, and you just have this experience with each other for our soul growth, for the lessons that we all go through. They're not just our lesson, it's for everybody. And Prachetta says that Prachira's exams start on the 12th, and he needs our blessings. So Prachir, you got this. You've got this. There's no need to worry or fret. Yeah, there might be a need to study a little bit for the human brain to understand things, but you've got this, and we're 100% behind you. We lift you up today for you to understand that, and for you to know in your heart that you're not alone, that we are right there in the exam room with you. We are taking that exam. We're helping you to remember your magnificence, to remember who you are and who you came here to be. And it wasn't to be a failure, it was to be brilliant, and it was to shine that beautiful light out. So thank you, Prachetta, for being here and for helping Prachir to understand his worthiness. When we have any challenge, when we have any what I call the fires of life that might shake us a little bit or create some anxiety for us, if we can just remember who we are, remember our magnificence, remember our worthiness, then everything falls into place. We don't have to be anxious anymore when we know who we are, when we know that we're supported, that we're loved, we're cherished beyond words. And then we can feel the worthiness. And every day when you wake up, if you give gratitude for that day, it makes you more aware that you deserve to have a good day in that moment. You deserve good health. You deserve happiness. You deserve to succeed. So, Prachir, if you're listening, I want you to feel your worthiness today. And on the 12th, when you're sitting for those exams, just go into your heart and say, I am enough. I am worthy. I deserve this. I deserve to see the fruits of my labor, because you've been studying, you've been putting in the footwork, and now you deserve to have that good grade and to pass that class with flying colors so that you're moving forward toward that degree that you're working toward. And that's for all of us, whatever it is that you've got going on, whatever your irons are that's in the fire, you deserve for it to be the very best experience. You deserve good things. You don't deserve struggle. That's not something that you have to take on. If you want good health, if you want a troll, Don Cash, thank you so much for coming in today. Don, we appreciate your presence here, but this is not a place where we come in and get hassled or where we get spammed. So we're saying, na 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 na, na 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 na, hey, hey, goodbye. Goodbye to Don and any of the spammers and the trolls that try to come in and upset our apple cart. We don't get upset, we just say goodbye. And so I'm sorry about that piece that we sometimes get that coming in, but we know how to deal with it. And see, that's the way life is too. We can use that as a metaphor, as an example, because there are times in life, there are those moments when we get the mosquitoes or we get the gnats, or we get those things that just grind and irritate. And what do? Many times we get upset, don't we? If you remember, those of you who have been following the journey, if you remember my experience with the flies when I went to the Valley of Fire campground, and the flies were just everywhere and they were so irritating and frustrating. And yes, I got upset, but then I went into my heart and I realized, you know what? I can either accept that they're here and go into a peaceful state with them, or I can keep being frustrated and have not the best experience. And I choose the very best experience in every moment of life. So even though we have the gnats that come in, we have that little irritation that happens, we can still maintain our high vibration. We can still put that smile on our face. Yes, Lily Ann, good morning to you. I do see your comments, and I'm so happy that you're here with us. Welcome. It's been a while since you've been here. And Lily Ann, how is your mom doing? And how are things working for you with your move? We want to know. We care about you. And thank you for coming in to lift us up and for us to lift you up. We love you so much, Lily Ann. All right, who else came in? Kimberly Wilkinson, thank you for being here. Welcome. Catherine Kovacs. Hello, everybody. And Deirdre says, trolls see our lights. That's the attraction. Yeah, it's almost daily that we get someone who comes in and starts private messaging or doing that little irritating thing. And we just love. We just send them away with love. Joanne Castillo, good morning to you. Joanne, I hope you're doing well, honey. I hope all that rain that came through didn't create too bad of an effect where you are down in Miami. And Prachetta says, Navriti is good. Getting ready for an interview tomorrow on the British radio. How exciting. Oh, thank you for sharing that with us, Prachetta. I love good news. So anybody that has good news on this Saturday, I would love to hear some. I would love to be uplifted today. Today, we're losing a dear friend in the physical, and she is at the end. She's done. And just sending blessings her way as she makes her transition into spirit. And we also remember our dear sister Sherry Myers, who is losing a brother also to cancer. There's a lot of human loss right now. So let's lift up every one of our family who's going through that loss, who's going through that grief. And the best thing that we can do as friends, as family, as caring individuals is to lift the vibration, to shine the light, and to be there to hold hands, to be there for each other, to allow tears, to allow laughter, to allow everything that's good and wonderful in life to come our way. Lily, you may be on a different channel. On the weekends, sometimes I leave on Enlightened World Network because some people come on there that don't see EWN, which is where the majority of people are. So Lily, if you want to jump over to EWN Enlightened Living, I think you'll see everyone's comments that are here. And I always read the comments. So no matter where you're at, if you're on YouTube, if you're on another channel, you're always going to know who's here and what's being said. And that's the beauty of this show, because I love hearing what you have to say. So if you're speaking words of love or speaking your prayers and your concerns, everybody hears it because I'm reading all of your comments. I can see who's here on no matter where you are. Lily says, my mother is old, so up and down, and a lot of me lately. We haven't got any buyers yet for our home, so please pray we get it sold soon. I am doing the best I can, but it is hard. Yes, pivot and turn away from the hard part and just stay in each moment. When you stay in each moment, you can go into the affirmation of everything is working perfectly. I am enough. I am worthy. I am love and I am loved. And when you do that, when you feel that perfection of each moment, those moments add up. And before you know it, there's your beautiful life. There's your beautiful day. But when we go into the energy of struggle and lack and speak words of, I'm hurting, I'm in pain, I'm sick, then that's what the reality is going to be for you. So it's a matter of conscious mindfulness with each moment that you have, and that you are in control. Every day we have choices. We choose if we are going to look on the bright side of things, if, as our friend Karen Palmer says, if we choose to make it a prison, it will be a prison. If we choose to make it a playground, it'll be our playground. And we'll be swinging. We'll be finding the flowers. We'll be finding the happiness and what can make us smile. We can enjoy the little wins and celebrate each little win of life. So we have choices. That's our superpower, is being able to make choices. And what else do we have? Erica, good morning. So good to see you on here, Erica. And Suzanne says, Jess's surgery went well yesterday. She was home recovering and I got to FaceTime with her. How beautiful. I love good news. And that's good news this morning, Suzanne. Thank you for sharing that. And we'll continue to lift her up for recovery and for better and better health with each moment. Prachetta says Navriti will be on air on Spice FM 98.8 talking about beauty, its evolution, trends, stereotypes, and much more. And it's spicefm.co.uk so that we all can listen to it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you know, is she just now interviewing, or does she have a time that she will be on? Let us know how we can connect and the timing of hearing her. I love the energy of Navriti. I'd love to have her back on as a co-host. I'd love to have you back on, Prachetta, to come on to Morning Cuppa and let us see your beauty. Anyone that wants to come in, that wants to be sitting here behind the camera and carrying on a conversation, you're welcome to come on. I'd love to have you. Erica, we love you too, darling. Love you so much. And Lily says, I will try to do that. Okay, I don't know if you're jumping to another channel maybe. Says, yes, I'm enjoying every day that's left here in this home and thinking it will be okay when it's time. Will be. What was our card today? It's all about changes. So I'm going to read the card again for those of you who came in after I read it this morning. And I think it's important for all of us to hear this message from Kuan Yin. It's the Book of Changes. Just like a beautiful but unusual melody, the divine plan is unfolding through your life, although it isn't always predictable. Kuan Yin is guiding you in the right direction, even if you do not fully understand what is happening in your life right now. Allow Kuan Yin to bless you with trust in the unfolding of your own divine path. There you go, Lily. It sounds like this card was speaking for you to hear it, for you to understand that everything is divine timing. Whatever is going on, whether it's selling your house, getting a job, having enough, whatever that might look like for you. Maybe you don't understand. Maybe those changes that are happening are creating an energy that is unfamiliar, or that you don't know if it's the right thing or if you're doing the right thing. The most important thing about it is to trust that you are hearing correctly when you hear to do something, that you're following the path that you're here to follow. That's the most important thing, is to be able to find that trust and that belief that everything is the way it's supposed to be in divine time. Everything is working perfectly. That's one of our mottos here on the morning show that our Marietta has shared with us. And another one that she shares is accept, align, allow. The AAA, when we can go into acceptance, we're no longer struggling to go against the flow. We're allowing that flow and going with it. We're not trying to row our boat upstream, fighting the current. We're just going into the fact that it's happening for us, whatever it is, whatever the challenge is, whatever the quote struggle. It doesn't have to be a struggle, but sometimes it feels that way, doesn't it? Sometimes when those fires of life come through, it feels like, oh, here we go again. Here's something else I have to go through. But if we pivot away from the have to, you don't have to. When you allow it, you get to. And there is such a big difference. You get to experience this thing called life. You get to enjoy every moment of it. You get to be your very best you when you stop struggling, when you stop fighting, when you stop thinking that nothing's going right, when you start asking, why is this happening to me? Let's turn away from that. And why is this happening for me? Thank you, universe, that this is happening, whatever it is, that it's happening for my best and highest good, that it's happening in a way that maybe I don't understand because I don't see the big picture. But I'm going to accept it. I'm going to allow it. And I'm going to align my energy with what's going on and trust and believe in my heart that it's for my best and highest good, that this is the divine plan for me. If you can't feel the alignment, if you can't feel into it and know in your heart that it's the best thing, then examine and say, okay, did I turn a different way than what I need to be going? You know, when I'm out in the car and I'm traveling around, if I don't have my GPS on, sometimes I question, Sometimes I look at some place that's unfamiliar and I'm thinking, did I make a wrong turn? Do I need to adjust? And sometimes that's what we have to do in life. We have to adjust. We have to recalculate the route, right? We have to say, okay, maybe I didn't follow the exact path that was laid out for me. So should I continue on this path and see where that leads? Did I make a turn that maybe it wasn't the best turn, but I can make the best of it? So there's always choices. There's always decisions that we make. And then we live with the consequences of those, whether it was the one that was our plan, or maybe it was the one where we needed to experience something different or something new or something that adds to our experience and our joy. Sometimes those paths that we turn down, we see a different scenery. We see something that we might have missed. Maybe there's a rainbow there and we wouldn't have seen it. Maybe there's a shooting star and we wouldn't have seen that if we hadn't turned just at that moment. So never question that something is wrong until you know in your heart that you don't need to be going that direction. And then you can get the guidance. Turn your GPS back on. Get the guidance to go the way that's going to lead you into the path that's for your best good. And you're so welcome, Lily. Marietta says, allow spirit to be our guide and then go with the flow. Just accept, align, and allow. And I live by that motto now, Marietta, and especially being on this journey. I have to accept that things are working in perfect order. Everything is working the way it's supposed to, the way it needs to, the way that's for our best and highest good. Sometimes we follow a path and we realize that we've gone on a wild goose chase. We think, oh, that's the way I'm supposed to go to get what I need to find that direction and find that golden goose egg or the end of the rainbow. Sometimes we follow that path that we thought we heard right. We thought we heard, yeah, that's the way I'm supposed to go. And then we get there and it wasn't the way we were supposed to go at all. It was something different. But we can always look for the blessing in that. We can always look for the purpose of being guided in that direction. And it just happened to me yesterday. Suzanne says, I like taking back roads. They might take longer, but there is so much more to see. Yeah, there is. And I'm being reminded to put our prayers in. As you're putting your prayers in, I'll share my story from yesterday. So I'm having a hitch put on the Angel Mobile, and I'm in search of, or was in search of, the basket that goes on the hitch so that I can have more room inside the Angel Mobile. I can put some of that stuff that's cluttering the back seat area into this container that will be attached to the back of the vehicle. So the hitch is at the dealer, and I'll be having that put on Monday. And now I went in search of the basket. And I had made some phone calls, and I was assured that this one store had some in stock. So I went on an hour-long trip to pick up the basket, to get there and find out that no, they didn't have it in stock. They didn't have any of them in stock. So I had to turn around and come back to where I am. And I'm thinking, well, that's just, I don't understand that. I don't understand why I had to take that trip. And that's okay. I don't need to know the purpose. I just know that it was there. I did it. And so then I come back and I go to another store that did have one in stock. And I'm standing there looking at it, and I'm thinking, it looks kind of big. It looks kind of wide for my vehicle. So I looked at the dimensions of it, and I didn't purchase it. I came back to the house where I'm staying with Denise, who is doing better, by the way. And I measured the car, and it would have been too big. It would have been covering up my tail lights if I had purchased the one that I looked at. I needed one just a little smaller in width. But I came in and I'm telling Denise about the experience, and that one would have been too big. And I said, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress over it, because if it's meant to be that I have one on there, the angels are going to bring it. They're going to show me. And I went in and took a nap. It was just a knowingness. I didn't get upset. I didn't get anxious. I didn't get worried, even though I need it by Tuesday. So after chanting, I went on to Amazon, and I had already looked on Amazon, but every one that I found on there was going to take a while to get to me, and I didn't have the time that it was going to take to ship. So I went on Amazon, and I knew now what size I needed. So I had weeded out all the others, and I went to the one that was that size, and guess what? It's coming tomorrow. It will be here tomorrow at Denise's house. I will have the hitch put on Monday, and the basket will be ready to put on that hitch and load it up and hit the road with the Angel Mobile. So it was just the flow. It was everything. I knew everything was going to work perfectly. I didn't question that it wouldn't happen. I just said, okay, it's going to be there. And having that trust is so important with everything in life. If we can just do that when something comes into our awareness and we start feeling the lack, we start feeling that we don't have or we're not going to get it, if we just drop that and go into our hearts and say, I know it's going to show up. Just like your buyer for your house, Lillian, just know in your heart that that buyer is going to show up, that the angels are going to bring them. And all of a sudden, there's that one person that says yes, that one person that says, this is just what I was looking for. And let it happen. Just let it be. As the song goes, let it be, and allow it to show up for you when you have that trust. Okay, so we're getting into our prayers. And Prachetta says, special prayers for my dearest, beautiful fairy Teri, ma'am. Prayers for everyone, and love you all. We love you right back. And thank you for being here today. Deirdre says, thank you, Marietta, for this much needed reminder to allow spirit to be our guide and then go with the flow. That's the reminder. And that's when the miracles show up for us. That's when the missing part shows up. That's when the buyer shows up. That's when the money shows up. It's when we get into the flow. And it's just so easy. We make it complicated. The angels tell us, you humans have to make everything so hard. You just try to complicate it and say, oh, it has to be this way. I have to do this. I have to do that. You don't have to do anything except accept, align, and allow. Lily Ann, right now I'm in Colorado, and I'll be here until Tuesday. And you know what's interesting is every time the angels put me in a place, I'm there for a reason. I'm still here because I need to be here. I'm here to support my dear friend Ruth as she loses one of her dearest friends. Linda's very close in my heart as well. So Ruth and I will be holding each other and just helping each other through what's going to happen today. And Rick says, make sure you don't block your license plate with stuff. Yeah, I thought about that too, Rick. So I'll see what that looks like when the basket goes on, and I'm not going to fret over it. I know that whatever happens, it's in divine order. Everything is flowing, and it's not up to me. Those angels know what they're doing. Leo, hi, sweetheart. Prayers for our morning Cuppa family and our Teri. Continued prayers for Linda, both Lindas, DJ Blaze, Lakshmi, Brittany, the condo collapse victims, and special prayers for clarity and perspective for my friend Jebby. Oh, I love Jebby. I really hope and pray that she's doing well, and just sending her blessings and holding her up for whatever's going on, that the angels will help her to sort it out. And I know they will. Good morning, Crystal Noble on YouTube. Thank you for being here. And Lillian, there you go. That's the attitude. Just say yes. The buyer will be there. That buyer, that perfect person, is going to walk through your door, and it's going to be theirs. And you can move forward. Jean says you took that trip to those stores so you would order the right size. Thank you, Jean. Thank you for those words. And yes, yes, yes. Hope says prayers for the entire Angelic River family. May we continue to be showered upon with blessings of abundance, health, and wealth. Prayers for Zena's speedy recovery. He is definitely on the mend, holding the miracle that Jason Juggler Carty's treatment will give him the end result he requires. We are going to hold that vision with you, for Zena, for your friend Jason. Absolutely calling in the miracles, trusting and believing that everything's in divine order. Rick, I bought a basket for the Malibu at Harbor Freight. Rick, that's where I went. I took a trip. I had to go an hour away from where I'm staying to Harbor Freight, and they didn't have any at all in stock, and there weren't any anywhere around. They're in high demand here in Colorado. This is hunting season, and so a lot of the hunters use them. I have seen so many of them on the road, and I knew when I kept seeing them, I stopped and listened to that message, and it was a message for me to get one, and it is happening. It will be in place on Monday on my car. Lily says, prayers that I can soon see my Don and your son and your grandson, Gabriel in Sweden. Prayers for a buyer for my house. Prayers for all of you here and your families. Prayers for my daughter that's finally chosen to come back into my life. Prayers for my mom, my sick brothers, and for my friend Anne in Sweden, and my friend Aaron in the USA, for everyone in need around the world, for Mother Earth, and prayers and blessings to you, my son. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate those prayers. And Linda says, prayers for all in need. Thank you for my prayers, for your prayers yesterday. My headache is almost gone. Prayers for Linda, Ruth, and her brother, and for all. Thank you. Yes, let's lift up our Linda Dirks today, please. Her family, her friends, her loved ones, and for all of us that's saying goodbye to such a bright light in our world. And I just ask for your support for her this morning in about 2 hours. If you will just stop whatever you're doing and just say a prayer. Just ask for Spirit to receive her with love for those that are on the other side that are waiting for her to welcome her with open arms. Let's go into our hearts. Let's go into this next few moments with love. And what I would like to ask is for us to have a moment of silence in honor and respect of all who are going through the struggle right now, all who are suffering, anyone who is encountering something that is life-threatening or one of your very, very hard fires that you're walking through. I'd like to just take a moment of silence for us to be there fully, fully present without words. We don't need words. We all communicate with each other through our heart, through love. So for the next moment, would you just join me, please, for just one moment of silence? And thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who joined your hearts together, lifting up our brothers and sisters that just need that uplifting today, that need to be understood and heard and acknowledged. And let's lift up all these prayers that have been brought forth. Let's just lift everyone that's here, everyone that came forward to be blessed today and to give love today. Thank you for being here. When you come in and your heart is in the right place of just wanting to love each other, just wanting to share joy and the very best experience with each other, then that is felt far and wide. So we're looking at the prayers that everyone has brought forth. We just did a moment of silence for us to all send love from our hearts to each one and to honor the path that is going on with that person, to have their very best experience for them. Now let's lift each other. Everyone that's here, just envision yourself in that circle. And let's ask the angels to surround us. Let's ask Divine Mother to hold us all very close, to nurture us and to let us know we're safe. Let us know that we are on our path of love and we are nurtured and safe in her arms. And let's ask our Creator, the Divine, what I call God. You can call it by any name you choose. It's that highest being that exists. Just ask to be in that light, that white light that heals, that comforts, that guides and illuminates what's there for us. I'm asking for that light to shine on each person that's here, everyone who has come in today. Just accept that love. Accept that light coming directly from Creator and allow it. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here for each other. Thank you for being here for the family. We are family, and we are soul guided to be together And here we are. Every day we come in with love. Okay, so let's do our heart telephone. Oh, yes, it is our heart telephone, isn't it, Linda Lemieux? So on the count of 3, y'all know what to do. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I love you. Give it out freely. Give the love from your heart and know that you will receive it right back. It's yours. Thank you. I love you. Such beautiful words of gratitude and love. Thank you all for coming in today. Thank you for accepting each other, for accepting yourself, and for allowing the blessing. And now I'm going to play our song to get us out of here. And have a most beautiful, blessed day, wherever you are, whatever's going on. Pray for those who are in pain or those who are in the path of some of the things that are going on in the world, like the storms and the fires. Whatever is happening, let's pray for the safety of all that are on this planet and pray for our dear Mother Earth to receive our love that we give to her every day. So here's our song. Have a blessed day, and I'll see y'all back here tomorrow morning on Sunday. Bye, everybody. All the way across that big pond over in the U.S. Enjoy your day and feel better. Get better with each moment. It's a beautiful day. Come on, let's play today. And let's pray today. Praying for each other all day long. Lift up that energy. I love you all so much. Oh, Kathy, hello, darling. So we're out of here. Namaste, y'all. Have a beautiful day.